Are we at war?
We don't know his name. Money, weapons, intel. He's planning something.
Sergeant McTavish, welcome to the City of Souls. There are few here to uphold the law, and many of those who resist corruption disappear.
Terrorism is good for business. As long as there is a war on terror, there will be no real war on drugs.
We've got bigger problems.
We're not 141 and Los Vaqueros. We're a team.
I want to know how many they have and where they intend to use them.
Y'all got a clear picture?
All set.
These things take planning and preparation.
These things take violence and timing. I can do both. Go, Johnny! Get out there!
You're the commander of a foreign terror organization.
I can say the same to you.
Digitally pre-order Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and play the campaign up to a week early.
Brockton is proud to be the city of champions. With a rich sports history, Brockton is the hometown of boxing greats Rocky Marciano and marvelous Marvin Hagler. The city's athletic legacy continues with the success of Brockton High School sports teams. Known for athletic excellence and good sportsmanship, the BHS athletic program was selected as the #1 athletic program in Massachusetts by Sports Illustrated. The school's Brockton Boxers have been a longtime powerhouse in high school football. In fact, the BHS football program has been regarded as one of the most storied, successful, and dominant high school football programs of all time. The BHS boys soccer team recently won their first state championship in 2017, leading them to be ranked 7th on USA Today's list of top high school soccer teams across the country. These are just some of the many reasons why Brockton is the city of champions.
So many times I played the fool, man, held below. I'm too fly to be sitting here lonely, feeling for the ride, wanna put it on me. Pittsburgh. When you get inside and when I grind it, I can't deny it, feels so exciting, deeper.
Is no
Restart.
result.
The worst snowfall in its history. A raging blizzard that came in on winds of up to 100 miles an hour, bringing death and destruction to the whole region.
What we believe is happening, Carl, is that the president is likely to invoke the Stafford Act here. That's a procedure that was initially started back in the 1970s to deal with national disasters, and it unlocks funding from the federal government for FEMA to respond in localities that have been hardest hit. In this case, the possibility is that you're looking at a national declaration.
Ordered the U.S. Army to go in and do whatever it could to help. A report from Providence.
Story centers on the state of emergency declared this morning in Buffalo. News Center's Mike Pegasus explains.
Troops from across Massachusetts were in places like this. They boarded about 24 buses, and then they left from near Springfield, Braintree, and here in Melrose.
Winds will increase to 50 miles per hour tonight and continue through Wednesday.
right, is everyone here? Ants!
Yes, sir!
Roaches!
Yeah, what of it?
Rodents!
Let's get this cheese!
Alright, come on everyone, settle down, please. Look, we all know why we're here. We'll be eating like queens when we're through with this. That pantry's finally ours. Nobody can stop us now. Charge! No, there's no way. It can't be. It's Old Colony!
Old Colony Pest Control. Veteran-owned Massachusetts, Rhode Island-based operation with everything you could dream of for your pest needs. Equipped with top-of-the-line gear to guarantee your home is protected and staying healthy. Phone number is 774-400-5993. Give them a call for the backup you need. Tell them that General Red Revere sent you. They handle anything from ants, roaches, ticks, mosquitoes, rats, and more. No wildlife or termites at this time.
Hey, watch it, buddy. We're marching.
This is Viana Marie, and you're listening to Hoobazoo.com.
Don't do that again. Just let me go. Listen and understand that
Afro-American
is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
Can you stop it?
I don't know. With these weapons, I don't know.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
This is blasphemy. This is madness. This is the proof.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Can we go live? We still holding out? Are we good? All right. 3 weeks into this, man. I mean, should be okay. All right. All right, it's your boy Sinista1 broadcasting live from the City of Champions. And as you can see, we are locked up here for our third week in the Sinista1 production studio. The zombie apocalypse is still going on outside for the month of October. And I get a little worried. I feel like, when they see this activity going on up in here, that they might try to do something. But, you see we're held down here. I'm going to give you guys another quick shot. As you can see, we're holed up here in the Sinista1 production studio. Looks like we've got a pretty good perimeter set. I'm feeling kind of safe. I'm feeling like we can do this tonight. I want to thank everybody who's in the chat. Kevin Jeffries, Matt, Cameron, Vianna Marie, Anna, Dee Dee, Dave Haggerty, all you guys up in the chat. What's going on? I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the show tonight. And again, we are locked down here. Sinista1 production studio. We are holding it down right now. And I'm going to try to do the best I can to get this show done tonight on my birthday. Birthday. I think this is the first time I've ever had the booth fall on my birthday. Usually I either take it off, whatever, but tonight I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. So it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Sinista1's birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. 50 cents. So what's going on, everybody? Got to give a big thanks last week to my guest, Tristan Fulks, who was on here. He was a barrel racer. He has gotten a lot of support. I got to thank. Last week, we had an anonymous donor who watches the show. I don't know who they are because they're anonymous, but they donated $500 to Tristan's fundraiser. I want to applaud you for doing that. I got to thank you for doing it. Good stuff. This is why people come on the booth. We try to do things. We try to help people out, and it's good stuff to see that. And again, I thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Tristan, thank you for coming on. And we're going to try to get this young man on later on in the upcoming weeks because he's going to be going down to these finals and things of that sort. And if he does make it down to Georgia, we want to make sure we stay in touch with him. Let me get into my sponsors. Michael Douglas Barretto, MDB Electronics. If you have a controller that needs to be fixed, send that out. Get it back in 24, 48 hours. You're back to gaming. And guess what? If you got a controller right now that's fading or drifting, as you guys saw the promo before we went live for the new Call of Duty, get to work. I don't want to hear no excuses. Kevin, Matt, crossplay, Call of Duty. I don't want to hear no excuses. None about controllers drifting or this or that and why you got like 0.5 kill death ratio. I don't want to hear it. I still need to play Madden, to be honest. And Kevin Jeffries, I don't know if Kevin Jeffries plays any of the sports games because I've been trying to get some people on the NBA 2K, and I play the golf too. I'm all over the place. I play golf. I play all that stuff. So when you're ready to come on down, Sinista1 on Xbox, and now we can cross play, so we can get into it anytime, any day, anywhere, any place. Yep, we like Janet Jackson up in here. Anytime, any place, I'll school you. Except my sons. I can't talk that trash. See, what's funny about my sons, I used to play Madden with my kids when they was little. When my kids was little, if child abuse was extended to video gaming, your boy Sinista1 would have lost custody of his kids. I would have been in jail. For real. Because I used to play Madden with my sons, Tyreek and Terrell. And it was pretty much Cobra Kai up in my house. Sweep the leg, no mercy. I don't care. If you can hold the controller, you better damn well know how to play Madden. Now, went to bed crying, I hate you. Stop playing Cover 3. I'm just saying. And now I love it. Because now when I play my boys in Madden, Terrell and Ty, when I play them in Madden, oh my God. It's horrible. It's like, and look, they don't even look back. They don't even let me get like one score. They look. I played the last one of my sons I played was Tyreek. He likes to play with the Eagles. I play with the Patriots. Tyreek opened up the game. I kicked the Tyreek in the opening kick. Tyreek took the ball 98 yards to the end zone. And I knew it was going to be a long day. It was going to be a long day. And then I got the ball. I think I went like 3 and out and punted to him. You know what this dude did? He ran the punt return back 73 yards for a touchdown. No mercy. So, I love my boys. What's up? Thank you, Kevin Jeffries, for the happy birthday. He says, I do, but I have a PS5. We can crossplay, Kevin. We can crossplay now on all these games. You might have to set them up and stream them. Put something on it. Also in the sponsorship window here, check out Viana Marie's It's Personal. Available everywhere now, streaming online everywhere. Check out It's Personal. I want to thank everybody who's been playing this album and supporting it. Larkins Hall out in Detroit, Michigan, holding it down. They played like every track off the album in their club. Somebody out there loves Viana Marie's music, but it's available now. Check it out. It's Personal everywhere. Tactical Target Systems, also one of my sponsors. Check them out for those zombie targets that you see when you go down to the range. Good stuff. And also make sure to check out ilovebostonsports.com, one of my sponsors. It's Celtics season has begun. Patriots season is on the way, so they've got some of the best quality t-shirts around in the New England area. Also, Old Colony Pest Control is one of the sponsors of the show. Carbondale, veteran-owned residential and commercial, 774-400-5993. Old Colony Pest Control, licensed and insured. And let's get into the news booth right here. It's your boy, Sinista1's. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Here we go. Video shows a group violently attacking a Brockton man in a road rage incident. Brockton police is actually still looking for your help. Brockton police still needs to identify those who were involved with the vicious attack of Carlos Cardozo, 69 years old, a well-known Brockton businessman. You guys who don't know who he is the man that owns Cardozo Cafe, which is right there at on Montello Street at the corner there, just before Crescent. And on the corner there's the gas station. There's a bar right there, Cardozo Cafe. He's the guy that owns it. He's been a Brockton businessman for years. He was attacked viciously. And this story right here is an update to the story. They've actually caught 3 people. There's a lot of people who are involved with this. There is a girl that's screaming and yelling, and hopefully they get her ass and put her ass in jail. She's pointing at everybody who should get a beat down. And also, shame on the person who in this video that I'm about to show you, shame on the person who doesn't even stop to help. You know what I'm saying? Like of all the stuff that's going on in this video, the thing that pisses me off is that this man is lying on the ground. You just seen him get his head stomped 3-4 times, and then you just drive by and leave this old man in the street. Because trust and believe me, if Sinista1 is driving by, I'm getting out the car. You're not going to be beating up an elderly man in the street when I'm driving by. You got a problem. You got a problem. So here's the clip right here. Brockton police are looking for people to identify some of these nitwits in the video, and if you do, please contact the Brockton police. But here's the video here, courtesy of WBZ Channel 4.
Now to a break in a story that you saw first here on WBZ. A third person is now under arrest in connection with an attack that left an elderly man hospitalized. Now, WBZ was the first to show you this piece of video right here of the attack last week. Police say 19-year-old Corey Gallagher Lee turned himself into police today. Police believe that a few weeks ago, Gallagher Lee and as many as 5 other people beat a 69-year-old man on a Brockton street. Certainly really tough to watch. Carlos Cardosa suffered a stroke and internal bleeding. His friend Mario Barros suffered a broken jaw. Police are still trying to identify the others who were involved.
We haven't.
See, and this is what pisses me off. Y'all saw the car, right? Y'all saw the car, the Jeep, whatever. Just drive right by. You sitting there, you see what's happening, you see what's going on. They've now left this man on the ground. They're not really a threat to you in this car. So get up, get out, stop, and help this man. Help this man. Don't just drive by. See, that's the problem with people in society today. All everybody does is think about their entitled selves. Stop the car. Get out. Help the man. You know what I'm saying? You just drive by. If I'm a Brockton police, I'm looking for the person in this car. I'm looking for them also. I'm pissed about that. You know what I'm saying? So, man. Also in the news booth, here's a story for you guys. This story took place actually in 2017. Back in 2017, Governor Baker passed a $626 million economic development bill. It was called the Grand Bill. And what it was to do, it was to help local businesses stem the tide of what was looming ahead for this economy. And what it was that everything in this bill would take place if the minimum wage would go up. And of course, the minimum wage in Massachusetts has gone up every year. So now in January 1st, 2023, guess what goes into effect? And a lot of people are going to be pissed. I think this is going to change a lot of things as we know it. But as of January 1st, 2023, if you're not a union worker who negotiates a contract for benefits, guess what's going to happen? Businesses in Massachusetts will no longer have to pay time and a half on Sundays or time and a half, or some places double time on holidays. That's right. Sundays will no longer be mandatory time and a half payment for businesses or double time for holidays. We all know where this is going to lead, right? Because guess what's going to happen? One of the reasons why this bill came into play many, many years ago is because businesses felt the blue laws were too restrictive by being closed on Sundays and holidays. Stores wanted to have their own option to be opened or closed on holidays and Sundays. Because it wasn't that long ago where everything was really actually closed on holidays and Sundays. And what they did was they passed this bill and made it mandatory to pay time and a half on Sundays and pay time and a half or double on holidays. Guess what that did? Well, you opened your stores up, and guess what happened? You've got people who say, well, you know what? I really don't get involved with the holidays. So, you know what? I'm going to take that double pay, or I'm going to take that time and a half to work Sundays. Majority of the people who work on holidays and Sundays, I can tell you right now, I'm going to guess that 80% of the people who work holidays and Sundays take it because the benefit of the extra pay. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure it's a high number. I'm pretty sure it's 80%. And I'm pretty sure once this kicks in January 2023, which means people take advantage of Thanksgiving and Christmas and Veterans Day, because that's it after this year. That's it. That's it. You're not going to get paid time and a half for Sundays. You're not going to pay paid time and a half for double time for working holidays. And guess what's going to happen here, people? When they're making schedules up at like a Shaw's Shaw's, they're still union. Supermarket workers are still in the union, so they probably negotiate. Walmart, I believe, a union in some places, so they're going to negotiate. But a place like a Dollar Tree or a place like, these small businesses, that's what's going to happen. You're not going to open a restaurant and then tell somebody, oh, you want to come in and work July 4th for regular pay? Hell no. Most of these people are going to be like, I'm going to cookout. I'm going to watch the fireworks. I'm going down the beach. I'm not coming into work any holiday if I don't get any benefit out of it. What's the benefit? What's the benefit? What's the benefit? There is no benefit. You want me to come in and work a holiday and there's no benefit for me to work the holiday, for giving up my time, for being with my family on the holiday? Get out of here. Guess what's going to happen, people? Guess what's going to happen in 2023? I would say once people realize this because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break it down to you right now. Here's what's going to happen. A lot of people don't know about this bill. A lot of people don't know about this law taking effect on January 1st, 2023. It takes effect January 1st. Guess what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to take New Year's Day and work New Year's Day. And guess what? They're going to get their check the following week. And if they fall into this group of people, they're going to be if their HR, be, hey man, I didn't get paid for my holiday. You don't have to pay it no more. Oh, hell no. Guess what's going to happen? When all of these people get shocked that they didn't get paid for working New Year's Day, guess what's going to happen? The next big holiday, you know what it is? No, it ain't the ones in February. Nope, it's going to be May. Memorial Day is when we are going to see it. The kickoff of summer. And you can trust and believe me, if you ain't a union worker who's got it negotiated, a lot of these places ain't going to find the help on Memorial Day weekend. I can tell you that right now. That's when summer kicks off. You are not going to find anybody to come in and work Memorial Day for regular pay. It ain't happening. You might find probably like 5, 10, 15 maybe %, but you're not going to get the majority of people like you used to if they're not getting paid to work the holiday or the extra days paid to get the holiday. No. So trust and believe me, you're hearing it here first. I'm telling you right now, once the people get shocked and realize they're not getting paid for New Year's Day for working, trust and believe me, Memorial Day is going to be real hard for people to open up. And you know what's going to happen, people? It's going to go back to like it was. I want to say it was about 10, 15 years ago when nothing was open on Sundays and nothing open in the holidays. You had to do all your stuff the day before. That's where we're headed back to. Unless it's, like I said, unless it's a supermarket where it's union, or transportation like where I work, where it's union. Other than that, your little small mom and pop places, maybe even Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin's is another one. You may not be able to find Dunkin' Donuts. That's all franchises. It's all done by whoever it is. So I'm just letting you know, it's about to get crazy up in here. Kroger's agrees to buy their rival Albertsons for $24.6 million. The reason why I'm mentioning this in the news booth here is because Albertsons owns Star Market and Shaw's, which is pretty much what you see in this area, around this area, all around the South Shore is Shaw's. So the question now is will these Shaw's or Star Markets become Kroger's now that Albertsons has bought them out for $24.6 billion? We'll see. We're gonna have to keep an eye on it because Kroger's, I believe, is like a down south, out west supermarket, and I was told that Kroger's is a pretty good supermarket. Prices are very good. I really haven't heard much about them. They've been Albertsons' competitor for years. So let's see what happens here. Also, I talked about this last week. Suicides in Massachusetts jails continue. And I keep telling people, these ain't suicides. These are not suicides, people. And this is going to come to a head. We had a young man who took his mother in the Cape and he lit his mother on fire and burned her to death on the lawn down the Cape. And then a week later, this young man was found in his cell. Kevin Jeffries says, we have a Kroger right there. How are the prices, Kevin? Put it in the chat. Let us know. Because if they're coming and they're gonna change our Shaw's and Star Markets over, let us know. Let us know if you have no problem with Kroger. But this young man was found in his jail cell with wet toilet paper stuffed in his throat. He choked to death. He asphyxiated and he died cardiac arrest because they're saying he committed suicide by sticking wet toilet paper down his throat. This was the man down the Cape who had burnt his mother. And like I said on the show last week, that one of the things that people in jail don't like is raping and killing kids. And I hate to say this, but guys in jail, they don't like when dudes kill their mothers. Your mother gave you life. It's something about these dudes in jail. That's the one thing they don't like, is dudes disrespecting and killing their mothers, because a lot of these dudes, they grew up without a dad. So the mother was the strongest father figure in the house. So, you know, these guys don't like that. Now, this one here, Keanu Barrows, was killed 2 weeks ago. The boyfriend held himself up in the house. They had to get him out the house. He ended up in jail. And guess what? He's been found dead. Suicide. And here's the thing. Right now, they're lacking security officers in the jails. And all it takes is some family from the outside to know some people on the inside. And you know what? What's your commissary? What's your commissary? Let me know. Because we already had an issue. We already had an issue with people flying drones over the prisons here in Massachusetts and dropping stuff into the yards. We already had this problem. This is the corruption and stuff that's going on in the mass jails here. There's a lot of corruption going on. We just had a jail officer who was arrested for some stuff that he was bringing in. You know, so it's crazy stuff. Yeah, jailhouse justice. Exactly, Dennis. This is what I'm talking about. Jailhouse justice. And this is what's going on. Let the garbage take itself out. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that. Okay? Moving on. BU researchers here in Massachusetts. They're in trouble. They filed for a grant. And when they filed for this grant, they didn't tell them what they was doing with the grant. There were certain things that they were supposed to do with the grant, and they didn't tell them what they was doing, or else, guess what? This wouldn't happen. But BU researchers took the strongest form of COVID, which was that first form of COVID that came through, and they created a hybrid with the Omicron COVID and tested it on mice. 80% of the mice that they tested died. This hybrid COVID virus is multiple times worse than all of the COVID. Now, here's the thing with this, people. Do
something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy!
Do something else with the grant money. Why are you all trying to kill us? Did you not learn anything from the Wuhan? We all know that's what happened. The Wuhan in China was working on this stuff, and it got out. They tried to blame bats. They tried to blame fish. It wasn't that. They was working on this virus, and for whatever reasons, Harvard got tied up into this crap too. And this is why it got out. So why are you messing around? See, this is why I'm a firm believer that the zombie apocalypse is gonna happen. This is why I'm the firm believer. Because y'all be doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy!
Do something else. Stop messing with stuff we shouldn't be messing with. I don't want to be locked up in the house again for a stronger, less resilient. I don't want this. Stop doing it. You scientists, I get it, you're smart. You want to do all this crazy stuff that makes you look ultra smart and, well, look what we created, but we don't need a stronger COVID virus. Leave that shit alone. I don't want a zombie apocalypse. I'm already in one right now. I'm already in one. I'm already in a zombie apocalypse right now. Look at them. I'm held up in my studios because somebody messed up and did some shit. And now we got dead people walking around here looking for brains and everything else. I'm all locked up in here. Come on now. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it. Man. Big ups to Sharon Goods from DC. She becomes the oldest African-American woman to climb the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. And if you guys remember, I had a woman on the show here who did all 8 peaks. So I would love to get these two together. And oh my God, that would be great. But she becomes one of the oldest African women, Afro-American women, to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And she did it with another group of older people. So they wanted to show that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still reach your goals. So big props to Sharon Goods of DC. Also, in a world of craziness, a 5th grade teacher, I don't know if you guys heard this story, a 5th grade teacher was arrested for having she had an active kill list of people she wanted to kill in the school, students and staff. You want to know? So here's where the craziness all comes into play. This is where all the craziness comes into play. So this teacher has a student in her class after school. She has a student. She tells this student that she has this kill list. She tells them that there's students and staff on it, and then she drops the kicker. You're on the list too. She tells the student, you're on my list. You're on my kill list. So guess what happens? This kid goes home, tells his parents. Parents call the school. The school comes down and gets the teacher, interview the teacher. They send her home pending suspension. Then guess what happens? This is where I'm pissed. This is where I'm angry. 4 hours later, you didn't hear me mess up. You didn't hear me. 4 hours later, after sending her home, the school decides we should let the police department know. And then they called the police department and brought them in, who has now filed charges. They have filed a restraining order for this woman not to return to school. But guess what? Guess what? This is how dumb this school is. You waited 4 hours to call the police department? What if this woman that you said, oh, we're going to send you home without pay, your pending suspension? What if this woman came back to the school and killed everybody in the school because you waited 4 hours to contact the police department? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Who runs this school? This has to be, the staff at this school has to be the stupidest MFers that I've ever seen in my life. Because I'll tell you right now, if I'm a parent and something that happened to my kid and you didn't call the cops for 4 hours, oh, hell no. Hell no. We got a lawsuit. We got a lawsuit. I ain't playing. That story was in Northwest Indiana, people, if you're looking it up. Also last week in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, I had to reach out to some people that I knew down there to make sure they was okay. But there was a 15-year-old boy who killed 5 people, including an off-duty police officer. At the time of the shooting, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know who the shooter was, but now they've released an update to the story that it is a 15-year-old boy with a long gun who shot these people in North Carolina. It's sad, and we're going to have to see what's going to happen here, but keep an eye on it. Also, in the legal booth. Oh, hold on here. I got a story that I got to touch base on, and I don't think I brought it in. Let's see. That I'm supposed to do. Let's see what this story is. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, no. Why is it not coming up? Okay, well, there was another story before the legal booth that was supposed to go in. There are 5 states. Let me see if I go back. Yeah, it's not here. There's 5 states on the ballot that's looking to legalize marijuana for the upcoming November elections. So before I get in the legal booth, I'm just going to talk about it. There's 5 states on the ballot. Oklahoma would have been the 6th, but they missed out on the deadline to get it on the ballot. Oklahoma missed out. But right now, we have 5 states looking to legalize marijuana: Arkansas, Maryland, Missouri, North and South Dakota. If these 5 states all pass and legalize marijuana, we are now over half of the country that has legalized marijuana. What this is doing right now is this is really forcing the Fed's card to legalize marijuana and decriminalize it and legalize it across the nation. It has to happen. As we saw, President Joe Biden, he already pardoned those with possession at the federal level, and then he asked for governors to do the same in the states for those who have been arrested. Here's the thing, people, and I'm going to say this right now. Legalization of marijuana is much needed. what they have found is one of the reasons why it got medicinal push was because there were a lot of veterans suffering from PTSD and other issues, depression and things of that sort. It was the veterans who got this push going for the legalization and decriminalization of marijuana, because a lot of these veterans go to the VA. They felt like they weren't getting help. A lot of these guys, they didn't like the meds, the hard meds. There were some guys who committed suicides off the use of these hard meds. And what they're finding is with a lot of these veterans is that a lot of these veterans would rather, have the weed, smoke the weed, or do whatever, edibles, whatever. They like it. It's been a beneficial thing for them. It's been the big push why legalization of marijuana has happened. And now they're finding uses of it in younger kids. And it has to happen. It has to happen. And I'll tell you right now, if the feds do the right thing, all this talk about people not being employed or not getting jobs, they'll come right back. They'll come right back. If you drop the testing of marijuana down like the NBA has done, or Major League Baseball has done, or NHL has done, or NFL has done, if you drop that out of your testing, pre-employment testing, or I would just say test for incidents. But if you pull all that out of your pre-employments and things of that sort, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of people back into the workforce. A lot of people, because a lot of people ain't working. Some of the people ain't working because they don't want to take that drug test. They're smoking the legalized weed. So a lot of these people, they'll come back. Trust me. You stop testing, they'll come back. Trust and believe me. In the legal booth, Simcoe's hot dogs. This is another story that pissed me off. Simcoe's hot dogs must pay more than $200,000 in overtime and wage violations. Simcoe's has been by the bridge forever. Forever. The people who've owned Simcoe's, they've relished in it. Pay your employees. Pay your employees. Stop it. That place, Simcoe's, is a gold mine. So you can't even park and get a hot dog when the nightclubs get out. For anybody who's heading back to Brockton, Randolph, anywhere in that area, and they're going down Blue Hill Ave, and they're swinging, and they're going by Simcoe's late at night. After being at the club, you stop and you pulling over. You're getting yourself a hot dog or drinking some fries, or you're getting some clam strips at 1 or 2 in the morning. Trust and believe me, I know I'm not stupid. When I was younger, that was our spot. We'd go see a movie in Boston, a midnight showing. Simcoe's was open almost 24 hours. You go by there, there'd be shorties out there that just got out the club. So you're going to stop. You're going to try and get numbers. You're going to try to hook up late at night. A ton of money. Pay your workers. Some of these people, they weren't even paying them the minimum wage. And the place is a gold mine. That's just sheer greed. Owners like this, they piss me the F off. Piss me the F off. Come on now. Pay your employees. Stop being cheap. Stop it. Also, coming up on the ballot, changing the liquor license law on the ballot. What you guys need to know. There is a law on the ballot that's trying to keep places like Shaw's and all the big supermarkets from being able to sell the hardcore liquor and the wines, because they'll put the mom and pop places out of business. So, they want people to make sure they're voting. I believe you got to vote yes on this ballot. And what that will do is it will keep the benefits going to the mom and pop places for alcohol, liquor, beer, and wine sales. And it won't allow these bigger places like Ocean State Job Lot. Ocean State Job Lot just got the okay about 2 years ago to sell beer and wine. That's a killer. Some cities and towns allow supermarkets like Market Basket. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to go to a mom and pop liquor store if you're out doing your food shopping, and if you can grab a bottle of Pinot in Shaw's, you're going to grab a bottle of Pinot in Shaw's. And guess what? Shaw's is going to have a bottle of Pinot probably a lot cheaper than your mom and pop, because of the different type of overhead and what you can do with the prices. One of the other things on the ballot is self-serve liquor and wine sales, which I didn't know we had. I didn't know we had places of such here in Massachusetts, but I guess so. I guess we do have some places where they check your license, but it's scan and go, and I guess they won't have those. They're not going to have any of those anywhere in Massachusetts. So I guess that's one of the things. But again, do your homework. There are, like I said, there's 4 questions coming up in November that are on the ballot that are very important, and people need to know what's going on here, because it is going to affect a lot in this area for businesses. Also, Jesus, in the legal booth, guess what, people? Urza Miller has turned himself in Vermont for the charges of burglary and larceny. He's looking at a possible 26 years in prison. Now, I know Issa Rae, she had something to say about it, and she was pissed because she said this is typical Hollywood, protecting men as usual. She feels like people should boycott the new Flash film and whatever, but here's the thing. I think somebody got to Urza Miller, like his agent and people, and said, hey, they're really talking about pulling the plug on this film, and this can't happen. So you need to have people feel sympathetic for you. So Urza Miller already released a statement and said that he's suffering from mental issues and drug issues, and he's been unable to control it, so he's now going to go into counseling and blah 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 blah. But I guess what? I bet you he's going to change everything all around, and we all know what happened with Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. Was blackballed by Hollywood because he was such a bad alcoholic and all the crappy things he did to women and people. Robert Downey Jr. was blackballed, but Marvel took a chance. And they felt because of his battles with alcoholism, they brought him in to do Iron Man, because they had originally thought they were going to bring the Tony Stark alcoholism story into the Iron Man, which everybody, if you read Iron Man back in the day, Iron Man suffered from alcoholism in the comic books. And they were gonna probably bring that in, and they felt that he was the one to do it, and everybody was like, you're crazy, you can't bring this guy in. And guess what? He revitalized his whole entire career. So let's see what happens with Urza Miller. We'll see. Trump Towers, Trump Hotels. For those of you who are talking about President Trump donating his salary when he was president and saying, oh, he's such a great guy, he's donating this and that. Yet he turned around and he overcharged the Secret Service protectors who stayed at his hotels to protect him and his family. So he went and charged us, the taxpayers, all of this money. So this has now come out. Now, we talked about this on this show. We knew this was coming, but now they've got a paper trail. So it's coming, and we're going to see what's going to happen here. Alex Jones ordered to pay Sandy Hook victims nearly $1 billion for talking on his infomercial site about how the Sandy Hook incident was fake. It was a false flag event and all this crap, and to the point where his followers were threatening people whose kids were killed and threatening first responders and all this crazy stuff. And Alex Jones, guess what, bro? You are going down, 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 down.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop lying.
Stop lying, Alex Jones. $1 billion. Hey now. Also, in the legal booth, Kanye sparked brand new controversy. Oh, man. He got on a podcast. Funny, because Kanye's been all over the podcast circuit. Because why? Because nobody else wants his ass. So he's on podcast circuit right now. You want to come over? Chat with me? We can chop it up, Uncle Ruckus. No, I wouldn't do that, because you know why? Because I'm going to get into my issue with Kanye West and what's going on right now. Because it started at his fashion show, which was promoted by another person. So we're going to get into that. But Kanye West sparked new controversy. He was claiming that George Floyd died from a fentanyl overdose. He said that Derek Chauvin's knee wasn't really on his neck that hard and all this stuff. But people forget, proven in the court of law that it was murder. It was proven in the court of law that George Floyd died from the knee on his neck. It wasn't fentanyl. It was proven by a medical person on the stand during sworn testimony. So guess what happens, people? Y'all just saw Alex Jones lost $1 billion for lying. Kanye West is out here spewing misinformation. The family has now hired a lawyer, and they have now announced a $250 million lawsuit against Kanye West over his false drink champs comments. when I have my legal guys on, we talk about the things you say being, you have to answer. When you're a celebrity, sometimes the things you tweet, sometimes the things you put out on social media, you have to answer for when it's untrue. You have to answer for it. You have to guard your word and guard your actions. Everybody keeps going on. I saw all the people out there right now. They're like, how are they going to sue him? He has freedom of speech. No, he doesn't have freedom of speech when he is promoting false claims. George Floyd's, the whole thing went through court. It is proven. It is proven that it was murder. It is proven that his civil rights were violated. It is proven that the knee on his neck for 9.5 minutes is the reason why he died, Kanye. So you out here spewing all this mistruth, it cost you, bro. His family is now suing you for $250 million for his comments. And rightfully so. And here's the sad thing. Here is the sad thing, people, that I want to get into. I know a lot of people are pissed at Kanye. I know a lot of people are upset at the things that Kanye's saying, but here's the thing, and I've been saying this from day one. Kanye is suffering from mental illness. We know this. Ever since his mom passed away during the surgical procedure for cosmetic surgery, Kanye blames himself for her death. He has yet to deal with it. The reason why he's not married to Kim Kardashian anymore is because why? Is because Kanye refused to go to the therapist as he was supposed to. Kanye refuses to take the medicines as he was supposed to help him with his mental problems. Kanye refused all that. She tried and tried and tried, and she got to the point where it's unsafe for me and my kids. It's unsafe for me and my kids. I'm going to have to divorce this guy. And here it is right here. The problem here is that there are people who are utilizing Kanye's craziness for their own personal endeavors. And of course, I see Ray J up here. I don't know. I was real confused. I didn't know Ray J supported Candace Owens and Kobe Covington. So here are the four of the. I'm torn because Ray J's up there. I don't know. And the week before this, Ray J was talking suicide on his Twitter before his sister Brandy had a seizure and collapsed. But I can really truly say that three nitwits right here, Kanye West, UFC fighter Kobe Covington, who talked a lot of crap, who walked around with his Make America Great Again and all this stuff, and went to visit Donald Trump, but got Kamaru Usman knocked that ass out, bro. You was talking all that crap. Usman put it in your head, boy. So that's the type of guy. This is the type of guy. Talking about Mexicans coming, all that crap. But Candace Owens on the right. I respect women. I don't like calling women the B word, but when it comes to Candace Owens, the self-hating, I'm gonna call her the B word. I might look. I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I might even call her the C word. You all know what that word is, because she is right now. Candace Owens has a movie out right now called "The Greatest Lie Ever Sold." It's all about it's all about bashing the BLM movement and organization. And look, I really didn't support BLM because I saw the people kind of attached to it, and I'm like, yeah, I get the movement. I understand the BLM movement. I'm for the BLM movement. But the BLM nonprofit organization, there was shady stuff going on, and now there's a ton of shady stuff coming out with money and this and that. So I'm already on that. But Candace Owens is pissed. Candace Owens has an axe to grind, but she's grinding the axe against the wrong people. Because she's mad. She's angry. She's mad because she thought Donald Trump was going to put her ass in the White House. And guess what, Candace Owens? You weren't white enough to be in the White House with Donald Trump. You weren't Uncle Tom enough to be in the White House with Donald Trump. You were mad at the fact that Omaroso was in the White House and had a White House job while you didn't, and you, for 4 years, you was on the outside looking in. You would think you would have took that and been like, damn, maybe I should wake up. Maybe I should look at my ways different. Nope, you didn't, Candace. No, you didn't. You went and you made this movie, The Greatest Lie Ever Told, and now you're using Kanye West, because guess what? A lot of people outside of politics, they really don't know who the hell Candace Owens is. They really don't know. They really don't know. So what happens is Candace Owens hooks up with Kanye at this fashion show. The fashion show was connected to the release of this movie, which is where they wore those White Lives Matter shirts. Remember that? So Candace Owens, right now, for those who don't realize this, Candace Owens is using Kanye West's mental illness as a vessel to support her anti-BLM movie. She is a bitch for doing what she's doing right now. And like I said, I'm borderline ready to call her the C word. I'm ready. I'm leaning. I'm really leaning to call her the C word for what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She damn well knows what she's doing. And now, because of Candace Owens' ass, this man, Kanye West, is on the verge of losing $250 million for his comments he made about George Floyd. Because this is where the whole BLM movement came from. It's from the George Floyd incident. So again, if you're going to be mad at Kanye, everybody out there, you need to be mad at this bitch right here, Candace Owens. You need to be mad at this bitch right here, Candace Owens, because she's utilizing a person with mental illness to promote her vessel of hate. And again, I've told people, if you watch this show, at Sinista1 on Instagram, Sinista1 on Facebook. You want to send that to Candace Owens and let her know what I said about it? Let her know. Come on the show. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it up, because you're utilizing a man with mental illness for your own personal endeavors. You are a bitch. Take that to the bank. Report me, say whatever. I stand by my words. I'm speaking the truth. I'm entitled to that opinion. I'm entitled to that opinion. She knows what the hell she's doing. She damn well knows it. And it's sad. It is sad. You should have brought that energy. Don't get me started, bro. Also, oh man, MGM just released the trailer for Creed 3. Now, for those of you who have been following the Creed movies, it's pretty much and we all watch them, we all love them, we don't care, but all it is it's taken all of the Rocky movies. It's taken all of the Rocky movies and repackaging them as Adonis Creed, Creed's son. We had Drago. We had the Drago come back. So now we have Jonathan Major. Oh my God! You see this dude? This dude is about to play Kang in the whole new MCU. This dude, he made his debut in Loki as one of the Kang the Conquerors, but he worked out for this film. So if you guys want to know kind of in the nutshell what the plot of Creed 3 is, Jonathan Major is this generation's Clubber Lang. Now they've got a little spin on it, but if you had to say who Jonathan Major is from that Rocky era, this is the Clubber Lang of the Creed series. So here it is right now. Here is the trailer for Creed 3. Y'all ready for this? Here we go.
I spent the last 7 years of my life living out my wildest dreams. Bianca, Rocky, my dad. This was built on their shoulders.
Hey, my man, can I help you? Let me get an autograph. Nah, I ain't signing an autograph, but you get off my car. You don't remember me, huh? Damien.
How long were you locked up?
18 years, bro. Just got out last week.
Glad to have you back out, huh?
I know I've been away a long time, but I kept myself in shape. I still got gas in the tank.
Come by the gym. Thank you.
Karis, what happened with you two?
Oh, yeah, tell you. We was like brothers. I was the best, though. But I never got a chance to prove that. That's cute. I know what you're doing, Donnie. You don't owe this dude nothing.
Damien's fighting the world. He's trying to hurt people.
I vouch for you. You think you mad? Try spending half your life in a cell. watching somebody else live your life. I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Something is going on with you.
Damn, you was like family. Now we past talking.
Then maybe you just have to find him.
Do what I gotta do. Some of my methods you might disagree with me. These are family ties. I recognize mine. I know that they needed me. Traumatic stress, watch it manifest. Got my only fear. I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? What you gonna do? Threaten to take my breath?
I need you to let go of your fear. Let go of the guilt. Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
I feel those chains are breaking, yeah. I fear God, I don't fear death. I see those stripes and take a step.
That's all it is. That's Rocky 3. That's it. That's all it is. Jonathan Majors, Clubber Lang. Now you see the scene where him and his daughter are and his wife, they in the jail, because you know what's gonna happen is that he's gonna get his ass kicked by Jonathan Major. He's gonna get his ass kicked by Jonathan Major like Clubber Lang did Rocky, and then what happened? Rocky had to go back and get that eye of the tiger. He had to go back and get that eye of the tiger. He had to get that dirt. He had to get that grit. And that's what's gonna happen in this one. It's the same plot. Trust me, people. It's the same effing plot. But guess what? We don't care. We don't care, because did you see the intensity Jonathan Majors? Jonathan Major's about to blow up, yo. If Jonathan Major was a stock, I would tell you all, buy up the shares of Jonathan Major right now, because Jonathan Major is about to end up in the stratosphere. He came off of that HBO show, H.P. Lovecraft, and I said, when he came off of that, when they were talking about when Black Panther had their problem and my man passed away, and they were talking about people replacing and who could have been the next Black Panther, I had said, I was right at the gate. I was like, Jonathan Major. He was coming off that H.P. Lovecraft show. I'm like, that's the dude right there. That's this man has been holding it down for a while. And now he is about to blow up. He's gonna be Kang the Conqueror. And now he's Damien in Apollo in Creed 3, which is this generation's Clubber Lang. That's all he is. He's this generation's Clubber Lang, and we all gonna go see it. We all gonna go see it in March. We don't care. We don't care. It's the same rehash plot over and over, because Sylvester Stallone's a genius. He's a genius. He put Drago right in our face in Creed 2. He put that whole Drago story back in our faces, and we still ate it up. We ready. We ready. Getting into the sports booth, 7:52. Here in Brockton, I got to mention this one. We had an Osanubi explosion, KO. Running back. Yo, this is a kid that played for the Brockton Junior Bucks. I seen him playing when he was younger. I was on the board with his mother, and his father was a coach. KO last weekend put up 253 yards in 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns, 253 yards.
Damn!
Big ups, big ups. And then last week I talked about Mackenzie Quinn, the first girl to score a TD in varsity football. The New England Patriots recognized her achievement. They sent her a game ball signed by all the players and staff, and they gave it to her this week at Brockton High School. So big ups again to Mackenzie Quinn for that accomplishment. Good stuff. Thank you, New England Patriots, for recognizing. Also, the Patriots won again, and the starter, Bailey Zappi, and Bill Belichick has got a little bit of a problem. The Patriots came out, they beat the Browns 38-15. We started up again with this quarterback controversy talk. A lot of people talking about this quarterback controversy. I don't think there's a quarterback controversy. I think Belichick is going to allow Mac Jones to come back. It's his job to lose. Mac Jones's job to lose. But here's the thing, people. Mac Jones is feeling the heat. We don't even have to have a quarterback controversy. We don't. But the fact that this kid went out there in his 1-2 games against teams that were hurt and teams that were below 500, it doesn't matter. He went to overtime with Green Bay. It doesn't matter. If you're Mac Jones, it's in your head. And I showed this last week, but I got to show it this week because the Patriots won again, and Zappy, everybody's on this. Let's get happy, Zappy, and all this stuff. So Mac Jones, this is exactly how Mac Jones is feeling right now.
Right there, that's a good pass. That's a good pass. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a great pass, man. Damn, we should have been had this kind of quarterback, huh?
Oh, I mean, yeah, he's doing good for a backup quarterback.
Backup? Yeah. He's 21, right?
Yeah, he's 21. I'm 26, though. I'm only hurt for a few games. But that's a good pass for a backup quarterback, for sure. For sure.
That's definitely the future of this franchise.
The future backup. Yes, sir.
Run that in! Touchdown! Yeah, man, this quarterback perfect, bro. You see what I'm saying? Yes, bro. Man,
He
you remind me of Michael
good.
Vick, right? I swear to God, I'm
Hey, no. He don't remind y'all of no Michael Vick, bro.
What you mean?
No, he don't. No, y'all doing that too much,
Man,
bro.
he can do no wrong, bro.
No, he can do wrong. I seen him do wrong. in practice multiple times.
Man,
he can do wrong. Have you seen the first quarterback play?
I mean, yeah, but you see what he did, though, man.
Shut up. Damn, man, it's not that good. Y'all doing too much hype, bro. Get off of him. Damn. Sorry. What's up, boy? You did good.
That's Mac Jones, everybody. Courtesy of Supreme Dreams. That's Mac Jones right now. He feeling the heat. They may not. No one even has to mention quarterback controversy. But I know Mac Jones is sitting there with the heat on his ankle, and he's feeling the heat right now. And here we go. Patriots owner Robert Kraft got married in a surprise wedding in Manhattan. Congrats to him and his new wife, Dana Bloomberg. She's a doctor, 47 years old. Robert Kraft is 81. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother show. I'm not getting into it. The problem here is that today, media released a news story and they're trying to mislead everybody. And I'm pissed. I'm pissed because of the way the media is trying to spin this shit and trying to create controversy here in Patriots land. And I'm going to get right into that in a second. But first, next up, Tom Brady lets his offensive line hear it on the sidelines. And Tom Brady was pissed off. As you guys know, Tom Brady and the Bucs fell this weekend. They lost. But this is Tom Brady ripping his team apart on the sidelines of the game this weekend. Here we go. Here's exclusive footage. Thank you, Fox Sports, from the booth in Sinista1's Productions.
It's got three new faces back there. It's the top three cornerbacks for the Steelers are out this afternoon.
Yeah, that's what Mike Tomlin said. He said, pressure doesn't sack Tom Brady. You have to get there with 4. And now he is fired up talking to his offense on the sideline.
Tom Brady on the sideline ripping his team apart. And a lot of people were pissed because they're like, how can he rip his offensive line apart when he has Wednesdays off? And he went to this event on Friday night and was able to miss the practice, the team meeting on Saturday. And then they go and they lose to Pittsburgh. A lot of people, they have a right to kind of gripe. But here's the problem with this one. The problem is that everybody's talking about the fact that Tom Brady skipped the walkthrough to attend Bob Kraft's wedding. Bill Belichick declined invite. Shame on you, shame mainstream media for trying to put something there that's not there. If y'all read the story about Bob Kraft and Dana Bloomberg, no one knew they was getting married. It was a dinner event that was to take place in Manhattan. Nobody knew it was a wedding. It was just to be a formal dinner event. Everybody was supposed to dress appropriately. Nobody knew. When everybody got there, that's when they found out it was a wedding. So here is the mainstream media trying to spin this story about Tom Brady skipping the walkthrough and Belichick declining the invite like it's throwing shade at Kraft. And it's not. He wasn't throwing any shade. As far as he knew that this was a dinner, a formal dinner in New York. And Belichick was like, look, I can't make it, Bob. Well, I'll make it up to you some other time and we'll hang out. But right now, if it's just a formal dinner, I got to stick with my team. We got Cleveland coming up. We're on the road. You know how Belichick is. Football first. Here's the problem, people. Brady took time off for what he thought was a formal dinner. In my opinion, this is the problem. Down in Tampa Bay, the culture of Tom Brady and getting all the perks is what's going on. It causes dissension amongst the team. What was one of the things that Tom Brady was mad about up here is the fact that Bill Belichick treated everyone equal, treated everyone the same. Nobody got breaks. Nobody got an extra day off. Nobody was able to go to New York for a formal dinner, which some would say is now costing Tom Brady his marriage because it was football first. But that was the culture here. Nobody was treated differently. Nobody was given perks. So with the press trying to spin this thing about Belichick declining the invite to the wedding, there was no decline to the wedding because nobody knew it was a wedding. Nobody knew it was a wedding. So stop it. Stop it. I just, oh, man.
Sit down.
Sit down. Man. Also, somebody else who needs to sit down, Raiders fans. Raiders fans last week, they were all upset because Josh McDaniels went for it on 4th and short on the goal line to try to get that win away from Kansas City, and they lost. And now Raiders fans, entitled Raiders fans, they want Josh McDaniels fired his first year. You know why? Because these people who are entitled and in our society right now, they think, oh my God, we got Josh McDaniels from the Patriots, we're going to get the Super Bowl this year. No, you're not. He's a head coach. He's got to get his pieces into place. It's going to be 2 or 3 years before he gets his team rolling and gets it where he wants to be. This was his first draft. He lost one of his guys due to a drunk driving incident. You see what I'm saying? He needs time. And the Raiders, all of the games they lost have been decided by 6 or less. So they've been in every game. And Troy Aikman, he said that he agreed with them going forward on 4th down. And he said that the problem in here is the analytics. Every head coach now is going to the analytics. You know that card that they put in front of their mouths so you can't... All the analytics and all that stuff is on there and tells them what to do in those situations. And in that situation, the analytics tells you to go for it, and he went for it. So all you oh my God, just
sit down.
Sit down. Sit down. Stop it. Man. Biden bombshells. Getting ready to wrap it up and get out of here. Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. puts out a tweet this week. This is an actual tweet. He tried to make Joe Biden look bad. Donald Trump Jr. tweets, in Joe Biden's America, it's easier to find fentanyl than it is prescription drugs like Adderall. He really tweeted that. So he thought that he was going to get all the support and all these people talking crap about Joe Biden and all this stuff. And it backfired because all of a sudden people went on Donald Trump's Jr.'s Twitter and they started posting pictures of people doing cocaine. They started posting pictures of Dave Chappelle talking about crack. And I believe Donald Trump Jr. has removed the tweet because of how much crap he got when he didn't realize that he was going to open up the memes of hell for his comment. Because you upset about fentanyl and oh my God. Oh my God. And Paul Ryan, who was the speaker for the RNC, says Donald Trump will not be the GOP presidential nominee in 2024. Now, I'm going back to this because when Donald Trump announced he was running for presidency, I was in New York when he announced it. It was in April. It was the day after Prince had died, the weekend that Prince had died. And Paul Ryan was the head of the RNC. And they didn't want Donald Trump at all. They didn't even want... They were forced to give him the nomination. They didn't want him. They felt he was a Democrat in Republicans' clothing. They wanted no parts of Donald Trump. Paul Ryan doesn't want him now. Paul Ryan don't want him now. The Republicans with common sense, as you saw before the show, they don't want him now. And if they can, look, they're going to either put Rand in there, or they're going to get DeSantis in there, or if you've been watching these early polls and people who they're liking, Governor Baker from Massachusetts, Republicans kind of love him. Here's the danger in that. You have a lot of Democrats who like Governor Baker. And that's a sway vote right there. That's a sway vote in 2024. Because if the Democrats can't put anybody out there and they come with someone like a Charlie Baker, who is loved with how he handled COVID and things of that sort, the Republicans this might be the dark horse of the Republican Party is Charlie Baker. So keep an eye. You heard it here first, but I'm just letting you know right now. The GOP would want nothing more than Donald Trump to go to jail for what has happened on January 6th or what has happened down in Georgia and Arizona with these elections things. The GOP don't want him here. I see a lot of people coming on my page and talking about the Democrats and all this crap and how the Democrats... Donald Trump's biggest enemy isn't the Democrats, people. It isn't. Donald Trump's biggest enemy, keep your enemies close, keep your friends closer, the GOP. The GOP is the biggest enemy of Donald Trump. They don't want him back. They didn't want him in the first place. Trust and believe me. And they know that 70 million people voted for his crazy ass. So they know they've got to sway those voters, whoever they're going to put out there in 2024. And one of the best ways to make sure you lock that 70 million down is put his ass in jail. Put his ass in jail. And it won't be the Democrats. This is the GOP pushing this people. So pay attention. Do your homework. Skip Clay. Los Angeles City Council, Democrat members of the board out there being asked to step down. They've already brought in a new president. Let me see what his name is. His name is Paul Korkian, but there were two Latino members, female Latino members. They were talking about another white politician who is raising a black child in a gay relationship. And they were making bad comments about this young boy. One of them referred to him as a little monkey and things of that sort. And they got to step down. They're done. They're done. People are pissed. And like I said, it works both ways, people. The ignorance works on the Republican side and it works on the Democrat side. And when you utilize it and commit these issues, you got to go. I don't care who you are. I don't care. We're not standing for this racism at the political level. And you know that all city council meetings are taped and recorded. So why would you even say that type of stuff? That shows the ignorance of these people. And then she said, and that was the thing. She called him a little monkey in Spanish, thinking that nobody was going to know what she said. You know how it is with Spanish people. You know how it is. But she got caught. So Saudi Arabia claims that Joe Biden requested a 1-month delay to cut oil production. Republicans are jumping all over this, and they're saying that he's doing it to hold off till midterms and this and that. No, he's not. No, he's not. You know anything about OPEC and how oil sales ebb and flow? We're heading into November. What happens in November? You shift those costs and production over to home heating oil for the Northeast area. You start up in that production and bring down other production because people aren't traveling. People aren't driving across the country. People aren't going all these places. So for them to say that he did this because of the midterms, it isn't. He asked for them to delay it because he knew that in November we're going to be shifting this focus over to home heating oil up in this area, and there's not going to be as much of a draw on people traveling. So you can kind of cut back. So this is why. So please stop doing that. Stop doing that. Also, Biden came out today. Big news. Biden discusses student loan forgiveness program. Studentaid.gov is the site that you can go to. And when you go to studentaid.com, what's going to happen is you're going to fill it out and you're going to see if you're eligible to receive a forgiveness on your student loan. I know that there's a huge debate. There's a lot of people like, hey, you knew what you was getting yourself into when you took these loans out. Why are you getting bailed out? Why does everybody seem to be getting bailed out except for us, the little guy? And I feel that way too sometimes. I mean, I get it. I know people struggle with student loans and things of that sort. But again, I get it. I get it. I've got bills too. You know, who's going to help me out? You threw me measly $600 twice in 1 year. But then I got killed on my taxes because you gave me that $600. But you know what I'm saying? I feel some of these student loan people, but it's whatever. You know, it's whatever. Ukraine invasion. Before we get ready to get out of here, a Russian bomber crashed into an apartment complex. This Russian bomber was headed to the Ukraine, but it had a mechanical issue, and crashed into an apartment complex. I want to say it was Kiev. It might have been where it crashed. 4 people were killed. And right now, Russia is actually getting drones from Iran, and they were taking it to the Ukraine this weekend with these drones. As we know, these air defenses are on the way over there. And as you guys can see in the picture, the pilot of the bomber must have ejected out, because in the picture there is someone on a parachute. So it looks like the pilot ejected out before impact. But that's still a scary situation. 4 people killed. That's about it. 8:10. Got to get out of here. I got to thank everybody for helping me out with this show and doing what they need to do. These are the people who support. These are the shows that I produce. She Talks Football Podcast, Drafting the Circuits, Oscar Mike Radio, Talk Back with Gloria Shea, Maddie C Sports Review and me. Those guys are in the chat. Kevin Jeffries Happy Hour with Lido, Triple Threat Tuesdays. Got good stuff going on. Good stuff going on. Also, the Farmers Market, October 28th is the last day. You want to make sure to go down there between 10 and 2. Boston Music Awards. Make sure to vote for my man Scott Sandinato, who did Viana Marie's video, Let's Roll. Please place your vote for him at the Boston Music Awards, which takes place December 17th. And then again, I want to thank everybody for coming out to the R&B Showcase, Volume 2. Viana Marie performed there this past weekend, and she has an upcoming event coming up on the 22nd. The Pink Out is what she's going to be performing at. That's at the Commercial Club in East Bridgewater. Come on down. Free admission. Please, please, please make sure to wear pink. And we've got Genesis Friday, November 4th, Brockton VFW, Post 46. It's a great time. Come on down. It is a good event, and you will have the time of your life. It's always a good event. And then November 5th, your boy Sinista1's is the DJ for this event, the second annual IGY6 fundraiser put on by Amber Smith and my man Travis Partington. Which they do is they get shelter dogs matched up with U.S. veterans in need of emotional support, supporting for PTSD. And all you guys in the chat, John, oh, what's up, John Mueller? Denise, how's it going? George Bain, DJ George Bain, what's going on? He says, you know I love that shirt. You know I love that shirt. Yep. My Kiss shirt. Here it is right here. I actually wore this shirt when we were in Cleveland. I wore this shirt when we went to the Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I had to do it. Guys, I got to get ready to get out of here. It is 8:12, went a little bit over, but I had a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, and I went on a couple of rants here. But again, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the show. Make sure to support this project. Viana Marie, it's personal. And again, SpongeBob, do me a favor. Let these guys know what's going on for next Tuesday. You ready, SpongeBob? Huh? No? SpongeBob is a little worried here. Situation. It's good, SpongeBob. It's good right now. I'm not worried about our neighbors over there. We're safe and secure over here. Whatever happens, happens. As long as they ain't coming through that gate, SpongeBob. Do me a favor. Take us home.
See you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinista1 production hosted by Sinista1.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine with your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I made it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, and y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit, I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's whobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.